Hello viewers and welcome to another edition of our literary program. Meghalaya, of course, is blessed with its beauty, with its vibrancy, with its culture, with its heritage. It is also blessed with some very important luminary who have contributed significantly to what it is today. Well, when I'm talking about luminary, when I'm talking about important personality, one such person who has all along his life, even today, who has been contributing significantly through his writings, especially writings on heritage, on history of this place, is one name that stands out, and he is Sumar Singh Sawian. Ba, as I popularly call him, and he's popularly known as Ba Sumar Singh Sawian, has had a long career. He started his career in journalism, of course, and over the years he's been writing. He has written many works, he has translated works also, and all upholding the heritage, the history, and the folklore, the folk tales of this place. He has also been awarded several times, and recently he was also awarded the U Tirot Singh Award for his contribution to art and literature. Well, today Doordarshan Meghalaya is very fortunate to have with us Ba Sumar Singh Sawian. So, a very warm welcome to you, Ba Sumar. Thank you so much for giving us your time. We know that you had to travel quite a distance to come to us, but then we are so fortunate to have you with us in this literary program. How are you, Ba Sumar?
I'm fine.
Yes.
And I'm very much associated with Doordarshan on the radio in many of my works.
Yes, absolutely.
During the course of writing, investigating, and to go through. And these two institutions, All India Radio and Doordarshan, they have given me inspiration that I should not give up what I have done.
You have contributed in both these institutions in so many of the scripts that you're writing, and for so many years, right? I mean, we are in fact very fortunate that you are associated with these, because your role is so immense, Ba Sumar. Let us take you to memory lane right now, and I would like to know a little bit about your childhood, a little bit about your early life. Tell us, Ba Sumar, where were you born and how was your early life like, your childhood like?
I was born here in Shillong, in the Mokhar locality.
Okay.
And Mokhar locality is known to be an intellectual area where, it brings out eminent persons such as politicians,
right,
ministers, and so on and so forth. So I had the privilege to be born at Mokhar and also grown up there in Mokhar itself.
Right.
And had my education also. And in fact, I still pass through Mokhar whenever I am to pass through. While I come to Shillong.
Right. And it must be bringing back such pleasant memories.
Oh yes.
Right.
It brings back memories because it's my mother's home is there, and relatives. And I feel very much at home.
Absolutely. But then, Shillong has changed with years, right? I mean, the way our childhood was and the way it is now, so congested, very, with the traffic and with all that. What are the kind of change you feel you have seen over the years?
You see, the change is the population, increase of population.
Right.
Cars, traffic jams, and also I can see also some of the change in the mindset of some of the people.
Right.
Some of them do not think straight, actually, and their thoughts have become zigzag.
Okay.
What they are saying and what they're thinking is quite different from what was always once.
Okay, yes, I know you're lamenting, and this is so true, because I think with modernization, with the influence of westernization, etc., there are some negative influences also that has cropped up in us, and I think we need to check that, right? Because I think you would agree with me that a society grows when it is when it includes everybody, right? Okay, so Sumar, let's come back now to your early career, because you started from journalism.
Yes.
What made you join, in the journalistic world?
I didn't start with journalism, but I started writing articles.
Okay.
During the movement for a separate hill state.
Hill state movement.
Because those days we were under Assam. So there was a movement to get a separate state.
Right.
So I started writing in many of the newspapers, weeklies and all that. And that was what propped me up to write.
Okay.
Why should we get a separate state? What are the reasons?
Okay. Okay.
So this propped me up to keep on writing.
Okay.
And until we really achieved the hill state, which was very remarkable, which was non-violent. Not a single stone was thrown during that movement.
Right.
It was so peaceful, and it was done in a constitutional manner. So I was happy when we achieved the separate hill state.
Yeah. So your early writings dwelt on what initially? What was your focus? Were you very emotional in your writing? What did you write about in your early days?
That's what I told you just now. I was writing for a supporting movement.
Yeah, the movement. Like why the state needs a separate state.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So ever since then, of course, your writing now has diversified also, because you just don't write political issues. You are now more focused into concentrating on heritage, on folklore, on other issues. So this diversification and enriching in your writing, how did that come about?
I feel that the Khasi literature also should be improved, and it should be enriched, and that has come into me also.
Okay.
And that is what is inspiring me, and what I'm doing now at present is to enrich Khasi literature, and its history, its beginning, and what is the future of Khasi literature,
right,
and how to improve, and and this will help also the young people to know their own language, because you know more if you learn through your own language.
Right. That's so wonderful that you have said. And while I was researching about you, not that, my acquaintance with you goes a long back, it goes to many years back, I remember. But then while I was seriously researching about your work and the kind of writings you have done, I realized that you have done quite a lot of writing, Sumar, in different aspects. And one such writing that you have done, your focused, is on the Ulom Sopet Bneng. Because this Ulom Sopet Bneng has a very unique history, right? It is a unique history of the people, of the land. Tell us about this work that you have written. What prompted you to write about this work on Sopet Bneng? What is the significance of this place also?
Sopet Bneng means the navel of heaven.
Right.
And this is according to the belief of the people, that we came down to earth through a golden bridge.
Right.
And that we settled in this particular part of the globe. And this is the legend, this is the story, this is the beginning of the Khasi people.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because we do, as soon as we enter Shillong, there is a very unique, big, a gate, an arched gateway I've seen, and it's a pilgrimage site. and every, I think, first Sunday of February there is a pilgrimage, and you are very actively involved about that,
Right.
right?
So I'm also involved in whatever you said just now, and this is continuing, and it is drawing people not only from Ceylon, not only from the state, but it is now drawing people even from outside,
Right.
even from other parts of Northeast India. They do come on 4th February
Yes, yes.
every year, and even from Bengal and other parts of the country.
Right.
So it is regarded as a religious place.
Right, right. And you are so well versed about, you know, many rituals also, because I have seen in many programs also, you also perform certain rituals. You know, you are considered a very senior, respectable elder also with the Sankhasis also. You are involved with them as well, right? Now, talking about heritage, what is happening is that because of the influence of westernization, modernization, etc., it is getting a little diluted. I would like to know how important, therefore, according to you, is to hold on to our past, to hold on to our heritage.
What I see now is that the young people are very interested. So I have a small workplace office in Umsasun,
Okay.
and most of the time, most of the week, mostly young people, they come
Okay.
from different schools, from different religious backgrounds, and they want to know, they want to learn, and they want me to tell stories,
Okay.
they want me to explain, so I do that.
Oh, how nice.
So that is my job at present.
Okay, okay. So that means heritage is important, and it needs to be passed down to the generation.
Right.
It shouldn't be forgotten, because, you know, heritage is our history. And if we forget our own history, we forget who we are. So we need to hold on to this, and it should be passed on to the next generation and the next generation further down. So according to you, how do we preserve such heritage? What more needs to be done towards, towards upholding the rich heritage that this land has?
We have to preserve, to know, as I told you, the stories, to know our background. So I'll tell you a little background of my Kurmis, the relatives from the matrilineal side.
Right.
So actually, we belong to across the border, no? Bangladesh, and there was a time when there was a war. Then it was a time, I think, during when Mir Jumla attacked this thing. So there was a princess, she wants to come to cross over one river. So, and she saw that the enemy has come to get hold of her. But at that time there came a tiger. And the tiger put up his tail, and she clung to the tail of the tiger, and the tiger took her safely across the river. Until today, we respect the tiger, at least our clan, Sawian. That even just last month, there was a marriage. We are not allowed to pluck the tiger's vegetation creepers to decorate the place, to decorate the house. That is our respect shown to the tiger who saved our clan. So this goes on. In every clan, they have every story of them. So these are being preserved by each respective clans. They have their own stories, own beginnings, and this has been kept on record in these stories and folk tales.
Yeah, so wonderful what you just now said, Sumar. But then, seeing today's age and the way we are moving ahead at such a fast pace, most parents and most elders do not have time, to sit around with their grandchildren. The way, we were fortunate, I suppose, grandfather would be there. We used to hear so many stories, and we used to enjoy. But nowadays, children are so busy in their mobile phones, right? They have that mobile phone. Parents are also busy in their mobile phones. They don't have time what is the kind of message you would like to give today to all those parents who maybe should spend a little bit more time regaling these old stories, these old myths, legends, etc., because they also add and enrich the present history as well?
So you have come to a very important point, that this mobile phones and mobile, they have intruded into the society. Everywhere you go, you find mobiles. Even people riding in a city bus, he is busy with his mobile. And even in a classroom, I think a student is not paying that lot of attention to what is being taught in the class. He is looking at his mobile. So this is it is in fact a problem, which we should all think about, and how to solve the mobile problem, that it should not disturb or come in the way of normal living of the people wherever and wherever we are. I think that is my thought.
Okay. Yeah, because there should be a time for everything. Though in today's, with this pandemic that we are still suffering from, education has gone online. So a student requires a mobile or a laptop. But then there should be a time also where a family should spend time talking physically with each other. Be together, talk together. Right, okay. Now, Sumar, you have also, as I said, you have written many books. Quite a few books. Do you remember some of the books you have written?
I have not written many books, just one or two books which I feel very much concerned on the subject. One is Jutang, but it is now out of print. So it was very much selling. This relates to the history, the spiritual history of the people. And I did some translations also. I tried on Gitanjali also.
Yes.
And so just one or two. I'm not a book writer.
No, but then you have translated this Gitanjali. This is so significant. What prompted you to translate the Gitanjali that was originally written by Rabindranath Tagore in Bengali, Bangla. Then he was awarded the Nobel Prize for its translated version in English. And you have translated from English to Khasi. What really prompted you to translate the Gitanjali to Khasi?
Well, I came across his life history, how he wrote this poem, how he, put his mind into it, and it prompted me to that. No, this should also be the people of this land also should know what Rabindranath Tagore's mind is, things about our land, our people, and in fact the people of the country as a whole. Right,
because Rabindranath Tagore had visited this place 3 times, right? At least 3 times, and so many of his poems, in fact, Sheshir Kobita, in fact, one of the most famous of his work, is written in Shillong, and Rokto Korobi, another of his work, also written here in Shillong. When it is mentioned about Sora, when he was going to Cherpunji side, Sora side, etc. So such luminaries, they came here, and I guess you also got inspired so that the people understands his work too, right? But then another concern, is concerning for you too, is the Khasi language. Do you think the Khasi language also needs more enrichment?
Yes, it is very much needed. And right now there are some people who are fighting that it should be recognized by the Constitution of India.
Right.
And I think it should be fair enough that the Khasi language should be recognized by the Constitution.
True.
Otherwise, if it is not recognized by the Constitution, it cannot be improved. It cannot be, come up like other languages in the country. So it needs this, the need of the time
Right.
is that the Khasi language needs constitutional
Recognition.
recognition.
Right, right. But then how do we improve the Khasi language more? Because it needs also some more work to be done on it or in it. Which are the ways you feel that more, how can it be enriched further than what it is now?
So as we have talked just a little bit earlier, and it is now being almost introduced in every level of the schools, every level of the classes.
Right.
So this is being done, is going on.
It is going.
So
It's
the
an ongoing
process is already there.
Right. And I think every person, especially the people, you know, the indigenous people of this place, should take interest in their own language, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And even now people from outside, they are taking interest in Khasi. So there's an institution near the law college where they teach Khasi.
Okay.
And if you go to that school, all the students of that school, they are not Khasis.
Okay.
But they go and learn and speak Khasi in class with the teachers.
Absolutely, because I think any language, the more languages you know, the more it is better for you,
Yes, yes.
right? Because, but then quickly I would like to have your word. What do you think about this, the idea of making Hindi compulsory that the government is thinking about? What is your opinion on this?
Hindi is important as a national language,
Right,
but it should not be imposed or made compulsory.
okay,
It is according to the will of the people. Those who want to learn to Hindi, they can learn in their schools as a subject or other means. But it cannot be imposed that you should learn Hindi. It should be a subject at every class, and I think that it'll boomerang instead.
right, right. Because the option should be left for
Yes.
for the learner,
For
whether
the
he
learners,
or
yes.
she wants to take it up or
Yes,
not.
yes.
Okay. Sumar, would you like to read something from these two works that you have with in front of you? Would you like to read anything from there? Any portion? Anything?
I'll read only this first portion,
Yes.
which is concerned our Creator, how we address our Creator,
Okay.
which we Khasi call Ublay.
Oh.
Ublay, Kablay, Kiblay, Lamblay, Unong Bu, Unong Tao, Nalorat Vian, Creator above and below, Unong Pelong, Unong Penman, Unong Bu Benta, Unong Sam Benta, Unong Pendap, Unong Penbiang, Unong Serinyang, Unong Serita, Unong Ai, Unong Penkam, Unong Tung, Unong Tir, Ubala, Ubayay, Ublay, Ubalaay, Kablay, Mainam Hukum. Because even the Creator, at times, we say Ka.
Right.
Kablay, Kamay, Nong Hukum. Blay Trikandat, Si Hajar Ngo, Sijar Dem. We end up with 1,000 bows to you, the Creator.
So wonderful, Sumar. So wonderful that we got the opportunity to speak to you, to hear you. You are full of wisdom, and so much you have, And I hope that your contribution will continue to live on, in the sense the younger generation, as you said, they come to you, they listen to your stories. And we wish you a lot of good health. Look after yourself. Take care of yourself. You're a very special person, very humble in fact you are. And we hope that you continue to contribute to the society at large, all along that you have been doing. We wish you all happiness, good health, and thank you once again for giving us your time and for enriching this program today, that we could speak to you in this literary program. Thank you.
Thank you very much to you also, to Darshan and the crew and everyone that is involved in the program. Thank you.
Thank you. Well then, dear viewers, that's a conversation that we had today. I'm sure that today, through this program, you've been able to understand this great personality, Sumar Singh Sawian, a little bit closely, a little bit intimately, because he's really poured out his heart, his feelings, his emotions, and whatever he had to say, I'm sure it has touched you as well. Thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed this program. Until next time, from all of us here and from the two of us, that is Sumar and myself, we wish you once again a wonderful time ahead. Bye-bye.